I'm looking for the clicker. One second. All right, welcome everyone to our first hybrid meeting. There is about 15 people online, but don't worry, I will ignore them. I've turned their volume down. So I can't hear the noise in one ear and still try and talk. So it'll record my voice, but you guys are the important ones to me right now. All right. So just a few announcements. We are heavy on upcoming activities, so I've put about half of them in here. But so Thursday, October 17th. So about oh, okay. Roy LePage Learning Services is going to be coming into our office here. You should have already received an email. If you haven't, then there'll be one coming out tomorrow for sure. Or you could just scan that QR code to register. So they're doing two sessions, like they normally do a couple times a year. They'll do two 90-minute sessions. So the first one is on persuasive communication techniques. And the second one, they're KV Core and Sphere, they're launching new landing pages. So for those of you that are doing a lot of prospecting online, might be a pretty cool one to come and attend to see landing pages and smart campaigns within the CRM that you have available to you. Next one, Enriched Academy. They're doing sessions every few weeks now. So for those of you with kids that are dumb with money, you can start monitoring this to smarten them up a bit. Good morning, Donna. So this session is going to be I think it's a Wednesday, actually. It's an online one, October 23rd. For those that haven't attended any of these sessions, they're actually I shouldn't be surprised, but they're pretty cool. Some of them have been pretty good. Okay, my favorite one, Jeff Borg. If you recall, he was supposed to do a session on mindset last month, and unfortunately, he had a death in the family. But it is rescheduled for November 7th, so we're super excited about this one. This idea came. I was over a year ago. I was sitting in the recording room, just chatting with Jeff one day, and we were talking about how there was like changes in the market and what people were feeling, and he was talking about how they talk to him concerned, whether it's people in the business, out of the business, and he said to me, he goes, "How the fuck am I not going to make money?" Because I've been doing the right activities for 30 years. He goes, if I just do the right activities, I'm going to make money. And it was just one of those things where the mindset really clicked in. So I asked him if we could record it or do a podcast, and then it turned into this over a year later. Should have done it a while ago. And then Alex scooped it from me and decided he was going to be the one to interview him. But this is the one I'm most excited about because his mindset has always, as long as I've known him, has always been very strong. And then finally, there's another Enriched Academy on November 13th. And this one's Mastering Credit, which if you're a realtor at some point in your life, you have lived on credit. So this one might be a good one for anybody that goes through the highs and lows and the volatility of only eating what you hunt in the commission world. Okay, some top producer announcements. So normally we do top 10 individuals for the month. For September, we're not doing the top 10, we're doing the top 5. So while it was actually a pretty good month year over year, it was consolidated at the top end. So we didn't have 10 individuals that were doing a lot of deals last month, but the ones that were doing pretty well. So the top 5 individuals for September, number 5, Arnold. Congratulations, Arnold. Oh, my fault. All right. Yeah, I'll fix that when I send out the slide deck, but it is on the recording forever now. I will fix that. So Arnold, congratulations. Number 5, Tobin. Tobin knew he was going to be up here today. That's right. Number 3, Kirk Jackson. Number 2, Mike Weems, who's having a fantastic year. And number 1, Delbert. I think this is Delbert. I think Delbert's online, but congratulations, Delbert. I think it's the first time he's been in the pole position. Yeah. I'm sorry about the year. I will correct the year on the slide deck before I send it out. Top 5 teams for September. Number 5, the Jeff Borg team. Number 4, Pinder Singh team. Number 3, Donna Lyons. Congratulations. Number 2, the Vivas group. And number 1, Brianna Hammy. She's been fighting for that spot for a few months now. Top individuals for awards year to date. Number 10, Sad. Congratulations, Sad. Number 9, Chantel McPhee. I don't know if she's online, but if you are, congratulations, Chantel. Keep it up. Number 8, Miro. Number 7, Scott Brubaker. Number 6, Arnold, climbing back up that ladder. You were number 8 or 9 a couple months ago, so he's clawing his way up, knocking other people down in his way. Number 5, Tobin. Yeah. Even after the summer of traveling the world, globetrotting, Vietnam, Italy, anywhere else?
Way to do it.
Bradley, congratulations, Brad. Number 3, Alexander Gesson. Number 2, Mike Weems. And number 1, George Webster. I saw Kathy online. I don't know if George is with her, but congratulations to the Websters. And the awards year to date. Number 5, Brianna has climbed back into the top 5. She fell off last month, but decided to kick somebody else down a run. Number 4, the Rob Kelly group. Number 3, the Pinder Singh team. Number 2, the Vivas group. And number 1, Jeff Borg once again. All right, some stats. Okay, so weekly stats. Appointments, we were down 10 appointments week over week. So it went from 6,719 to 6,709. So very, very flat on appointments, but we've been up year over year on appointments for a few weeks now. So we're kind of leveling off there. Days on market increased a little bit. We went from 24 to 20, almost 27. There was 12 more new listings, 12% more new listings coming to markets last week than the week before. So we're still seeing that accelerated rate of listings coming to market, but a decent number of appointments to spread them over. Sales were down a little bit, mostly in Mississauga, though. We'll cover that in a minute. Speaking of Mississauga, showings were down a little bit in Mississauga, not a whole lot, just a couple hundred overall. The new listings coming to market were also down. So unlike a lot of areas where there was more new listings coming to market, in Mississauga that was down a bit. And days on market actually decreased, went down from 30 to 25. When we were looking at sales, Halton Hills was up a little bit in sales, and the ones that are selling, there's more of them going over asking in Halton Hills, so it's something to watch out for. Milton sales down just a little bit. They went from 27 to 24 sales. And the most competitive market in Milton right now is that 1.5 to 2 million range. I thought it would be the one block lower, 1 to 1.5, but for some reason that 1.5 is a pretty competitive number. In Mississauga, we were down. I went from 94 unit sales to 75, so that was a bigger drop than I would have liked to have seen. I thought we were on our way to being over 100 units in Mississauga for a few weeks, but not last week. There was decreases both condos and freeholds, and the number of units that were selling below asking increased. So it's some of that is obviously pricing strategy, but I think some people are also starting to take their chances on stuff that has been sitting a little bit longer. So it's a little bit slower in Mississauga than I would have liked, but the outside of Mississauga was pretty good. Halton was still pretty good. For those of you that are looking at Niagara, 10% increase in showings, days on market went up just a little bit. 11% increase in new listings. So they're kind of parity with the number of new listings, the number of showings, but there was a 9% decrease in sales. So sales slowed in the Niagara region a bit. when looking at months of inventory, everything has been actually declining in months of inventory. So you look at for condos, Toronto Center actually went down a lot. Still a buyer's market, but went down almost a full month of inventory. Lower decreases in the east and west ends, but still everything seemed to be trending down. In Peel, Mississauga was down about 0.3 months, but Brampton was down about half a month. Still buyer's market in Brampton, so don't get it twisted yet. It's still, you still can't be that aggressive, but you can see that there's still some selection, but it's gotten a little bit lower. In Halton, not as volatile, not as big decreases, except in Oakville. So Burlington and Milton were both down by just 0.1. Oakville had the steepest decline of almost a full month of inventory again. Hamilton, I'm gonna have to get the slide corrected. It just says Hamilton, but it is Hamilton and Niagara. You can see Niagara had a massive decrease in inventory over the last weeks. So even though the sales were down overall in Niagara, a lot of the sales, for some reason, that did happen were on the condo side. And there was a number of cancellations and expires that did not come back right away. So there was a big drop in inventory there. Freehold, not as freehold's obviously a bit tighter. It has been all year. So Toronto Center went down again. They went down 0.7 on the condo side, 0.8 on the freehold side. Toronto East dipped under 3 months of inventory again. So if you're selling a freehold property on the East End, it's a really tight market there. And if you look going back the whole year, or I think this goes back about 4 months, Toronto East has been a tight market all year. West End, half a month of inventory drop, starting to creep towards that 3 months of inventory themselves. Brampton, Mississauga both had declines. Brampton had a little bit of a steeper decline. Mississauga dipped under 4 months of inventory. In Halton region, Burlington, again, everything's going down. Oakville, just like on the condo side, had the biggest drop. So they're inching back down towards that seller's market that Burlington and Milton are both in already. Halton Hills down under 4 months of inventory. So it's right past, for those of you that aren't familiar with the months of inventory, statistically, once you cross below 4 months of inventory, you're getting into a seller's market territory. So Halton Hills has been hovering around there for a couple of months and they just dropped below it, or a couple of weeks. Hamilton down to 4.6 months of inventory, and Niagara, again, big drop from 6.5 to 5.5 months of inventory. You guys seeing anything that makes it feel different? Are you seeing something somewhere else? All right, active, lively audience. Okay, so I don't have a case study for this week. I just wanted to talk. It'll be a bit of an open discussion. And for those of you online, if you have anything to add, you'll have to do it in the chat and Deepak will read it to us. But I wanted to cover what I'm hearing the most. And this is just a share of ideas, right? So we're now coming into Thanksgiving weekend. So Thanksgiving weekend, I would expect stuff to slow down a little bit over the weekend as people go and visit family and take the weekend off. And then after that, we've got probably 4 to 5 weeks left of the fall market. And one of the things I've been hearing the most is I'm listing stuff, but I can't seem to sell it, or I can't get somebody to pull the trigger. It's actually been a fairly healthy fall market so far. But most of the activity that we're doing now is for the spring, right? So your year is pretty much locked in unless you get some of that low-hanging fruit and somebody pulls the trigger. I just wanted to see what you guys are doing to prepare for next year and see if some of you are looking for motivation, or if some of you are thinking of trying something new that you want to bounce off of the team here. So anybody want to get us started? All right, I'm going to pick on somebody then. And I'm going to pick on Sad. Because, well, he's the one that's made the most eye contact with me for the last 30 seconds. But so Sad, just for those of you that don't know, Sad has done events in the caf here before. You've done a couple of poker nights in the winter. I know you usually get the Christmas baskets going. Is there anything that you're going to do the same this year, or to reach out to your database, or is there something that you're doing that you're thinking of trying or going to do differently?
Well, I'll do the basket and I'll probably do something in the holiday for the holidays.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Like,
not sure yet. What are you thinking about?
maybe a photo shoot. I don't know, too.
Oh yeah. For those that you didn't hear, he's talking about doing a photo shoot with Santa. That was a nice idea. That was Pinder did that last year. So he did crafts and invited families and he had a great Santa last year. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people. I was Santa. I'm growing out the beard for it this year. I don't have to wear a fake one. Tobin, can I pick on you for a bit? Yeah.
But go there and they always have the 4-inch poinsettias.
Yeah.
And I think it's like $3.99.
Yeah.
So what I usually do is I'll roll in there and I'll get like 15 or 20,
Yeah.
put them in the car and I try and drive around, get as many done before I have to put them on the garage for the night.
Yeah.
Right? And I'll run that for like 3 or 4 days until they're gone.
And how many did you say you buy?
Well, each round
Yeah.
is like 15, 20.
Yeah.
Right? So because I can't have too many, I don't want them to die.
Yeah.
The greenhouse is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me.
And it's very nice, smells great, right? So, but I can only really get like 15 or 20 off
Yeah.
in like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
So then after 3 or 4 days, then I'll come back, I'll reassess all the data that I've collected and going to see people.
Yeah.
And then I'll go get another one, 15 or 20.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much, I'll go right through January.
Yeah.
The point that is still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as long as I keep driving them on small flats, 10 or 15,
Yeah.
then they're always will blast.
Yeah.
But because the very first year I did it, about like 60, right? I got all excited, right? I put them all in the garage, and I can't get to them.
Yeah.
I can't get to 60, not in my garage.
Yeah.
So once I kind of got 30, 50, yeah, I start to this sounds not in my.
Yeah.
So and that's right. Get plus between when you get the 15 done, let's say, you will collect a lot of new data.
Yeah.
Right? And I usually have 3 questions from clients, in case you have any friends doing this and that, what's up, how you doing? And be strategic about the questions.
Yeah.
Right? And then now you're collecting data, you come back to the office and you complete the data, whatever the data entry is, and then do another round.
So when you're doing, okay, I'm just doing a quick summary. So Tobin is going to Terra, he's buying poinsettias, he's delivering them 15 or 20 at a time, collecting data. So are you just popping in or are you scheduling it? Like, do you call it?
Either you're there or you're not. Now, some people, a lot of times, let's say it's 5%, they're not home.
Yeah.
So just leave it at the door.
Yeah.
I connect with them later, maybe Facebook Messenger or email or text. Hey, what's up? I left this at your door. Have a great Christmas. That's it.
Yeah.
Because I really just don't have the time to organize. What, 215 appointments?
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're leaving it, do you take a picture and text it to them, or do you just text it? You just leave it? Do you leave a note?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I just my business card.
Right. Yeah.
So that's good. Right?
Yeah.
That's how I do it. Like Pinder.
Yeah.
Pinder handwrites everything.
Yeah.
I've seen them do like
I'm already doing it now. I'm already writing the cards.
handwritten
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah.
Right? So, but anyways, yeah, so I just use my business card, but those are only the ones that goes out.
Yeah.
Everyone's home.
Yeah.
So they're home. Right? And I never go in. So I get invited and I basically take command of the foyer.
Yeah.
I do my thing. Oh, you want to come in? No. I don't do that because you're obviously obligated to say hello.
Yeah.
Right? So they don't really want maybe to say, right?
Yeah.
So I do the lot, yeah. Of course. So I do the front foyer, I do like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'm out of it.
Yeah.
I never go in and take my shoes up. I never leave the foyer carpet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it, right? So it works out really, really well because it's quick, it's
Yeah.
easy, and you're out of it.
So when do you start that?
Usually start like November-ish, mid-November.
Mid-November?
November. I really like going into January and February because I don't really like being part of the whole Christmas routine rush.
Yeah.
Necessarily. So January, February, I'm not doing anything anyways.
Yeah.
I'm one running opposite.
Yeah.
Hang on, bring coffee. So.
May as well get.
Yeah,
Every year, that's.
yeah, Yeah.
50 on it.
good. And how many did you deliver over that?
Usually it takes about 160.
Yeah,
Usually, like 150, 160, 170, and I'll do setback, right? Because I have it all mapped out, so they will grant in maybe one day.
Yeah.
And I try and start after 3:30.
yeah,
So I catch more people at home.
yeah, yeah.
Like Saturday.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a great idea.
The work, they kick ass for the pumpkin day,
Yeah,
and everyone comes to them, and they have a one-day thing,
yeah,
so forget about it, I mean, that's awesome, right?
Yeah.
You have a good plan, so. But it's a little over the top, I can't, put together, we give away hundreds of units of buttons,
yeah.
really.
Is Violet still in the, Violet, are you doing the pumpkin thing again this year? I'll wait for her to answer. She might not even be listening to me. She'd be in the chat. There's nothing in the chat? All right.
Sorry, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Are you doing the pumpkin drop again?
We're doing something. Yeah, we're not doing obviously the fair because we're not allowed since COVID, but we're doing pumpkins. Yeah, for our farm area.
Well, they used to do a fair. They used to do a fair, but they're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, we did that for 20 years.
Yeah, I wanted to just grow kind of on what Tobin does. I've done a couple of times through COVID. I didn't do it, but I did like a poinsettia in here.
Yeah.
And I would order like 60 or 100, however many. I asked people what color they want, white, pink, or red. And then have them delivered here, and I have them lined up along the road, the desk there, do wine and beer and kind of charcuterie.
Yeah.
And have them all come here on one day, and then everybody's mulling around, and it's worked out really well.
So I'm not sure if anybody heard that online. Sorry, I'm not loving this hybrid thing, but for anybody that's online, so Tobin is delivering poinsettias. Brad says that he likes to order them in. So he asked them what color they like, and then he'll have them lined up in the calf, and people can come to the calf for some wine or beer. I'm assuming there's some carbs in there as well to cheese and crackers. Yeah. 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 So
Good
some of
idea.
the other ideas that have come up, not out of this meeting, but some people have seemed to have really ramped up their door knocking this year. And for those that have taken on the website or the listed app, they're using the vow as something that they're using to kind of it gives them a reason to knock on the door and try and get them registered on that vow, so that they're getting, so if they're starting to, even if they're thinking about looking it up, maybe they're not going to call you, but you can see if they're on your site or on your app to see what kind of activity they're doing, and it gives you a reason to watch them and see if they're
It's ridiculous traction with the snow scrapers, believe it or not.
the snow scrapers.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah. Could you send me a picture?
It's
I remember it. Could you send me a picture of it, and I'm going to attach it to.
it's a ridiculous item
Yeah.
that it's not to get back to someone, not talk about real estate anyway.
Yeah.
That's what you're there.
Yeah.
And you get quite a laugh, and people are like, this is ridiculous, and we throw them out.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
And they see you every time they have to strip it. They're gonna say something.
So how much do they cost you? So Tobin's second idea is he has a snow scraper that he puts his face on, costs him about $1.50, and he hands them out. And people just toss them in their car. Mo, you're new. Do you have any questions about what some of the people here are doing? Nothing. You're not interested in real estate at all. Yeah.
This stuff to my previous clients.
Yeah.
Or just
No, that's actually a really good question. So Mo's question, for those that didn't hear it, because he's on the other side of the room, is he's wondering if you're getting these drop-offs or these gifts or these snow scrapers or poinsettias, are you only delivering them to previous clients? And the consensus is no, you want to deliver them to anybody that you think is going to be an advocate for you, somebody that's a good relationship, somebody that's a past client. So you're creating a database, and they should know you. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not the routine door knocking, you know?
So like I go around my neighborhood,
Yeah.
at Christmas time, give everybody calendars, poinsettias and a card.
Yeah,
I handwrite all the cards and I do my whole neighborhood. I've been there for 15 years, most of the neighbors. I will then go to.
Just say 2,500 a
previous
contest.
clients and most of
With
my data,
Instagram photos.
if they're within sort of the first 2 rings. They're in that 3rd ring, not
What would you say?
necessarily, they may get a card and calendar, but they probably aren't gonna get goodies very much.
Would poinsettias be cheaper than
Are there any questions in the chat? No? Okay.
Just one thing to add to our pumpkin drop off.
Sorry, I hear somebody talking, but I can't hear you. Could you put it in the chat? I have my volume turned down, so I can't hear you if you're online.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so these mugs have had some spectacular traction. I don't know what it is, but they're 16 ounce.
Mhm.
Don't go in any- They're big, right? And these are $4. And they get a lot of traction. I got people, they take pictures of it with them drinking in them, and they send it to me. This is a big joke, right?
Yeah.
It's great. Awesome. Now, these snow scrapers, I don't know what came over me, but I decided to do these. I mean, come on.
And is it like Vistaprint or?
You know, 4 imprint. 4 imprint is where I get all this.
Yeah.
4 imprint, because out of the US, right? But it's a big, it's a big picture of my face, and then it's got the data there.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
How did you get the
So-
digital, like, if they do it all?
Tobin sharing some of his giveaways. I'm going to take a picture of them and I'll attach them to the email when I send out the video.
I like it.
Shaped like a house. Yeah, I obviously have no logo,
Yeah,
whatever, but it's shaped like a house. What are we doing? We're doing housing. right?
yeah.
Love it.
So, yeah, those are really cheap. And then these things are super cheap. These were at, what's that card company that we've always been working with? Down in, lower Mississauga.
They have,
Color print?
they're gone. They're gone.
They're gone. They went out of business.
But you can still find like, shapes. They're very cool, right? I got to people's houses 10, 12 years ago by.
Yeah,
Still on,
yeah,
because it's a magnet, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
nobody takes the buff unless they're selling.
Well, this is it. And this kind of stuff, like, I put a little bag together, right? And I make 200 of them. And I run around people's houses.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to sit. Like this one, I do during the day specifically between 9:30 and 3. So I
Yeah.
don't have to.
So you don't talk to them. So how much, like, how much is that?
This is probably $12.
$12.
Probably $12. And the traction is phenomenal. You do one deal.
Yeah.
I mean.
And how many of those would you put together to hand out?
208, 216.
And you do one of all of those.
Yeah, one of everything. And then this is obviously you gotta get the stupid pens. Everyone loves pens, right? And then the pad, everyone does the pad, right? So you just put it all together, right? And you make it one time and you send them out. How big is your database? I mean, how big is it? Right? Like, if you look at your database, is it 100 people, 150 people? And if you look at it and you said, okay, what's the best way I can spend $3 grand and kick ass market everyone who knows me?
Yeah.
This is it, one time. Now, I've had it done year over year, and I change the color of the months. People are making jokes, 4 years, they open up the cover.
And they've had it.
Right.
That's actually really smart. I like that. Yeah. Yeah,
But for whatever reason, honestly, people have just laughed at me, and they're like, okay, are you serious?
yeah,
And that's what you want, because now what you're doing, at least in my humble opinion, it's not gonna be, top producers are not gonna do this kind of thing sometimes, because they're all focused on really successful.
Yeah.
But I came from a company that did a lot of promo stuff. And I recognize that all the promo stuff sits on the desk,
Everybody likes.
and it sits there, yeah, so the phone rings more often.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to prospect necessarily, I'd like the phone to ring.
yeah.
So, it's a subtle way of doing it, it's just a referral network, that's it.
Yeah.
And that's it, and I know firsthand, like Ellie, he's a big proponent of promo stuff, he sends out notepads every month.
Yeah.
He's got the mugs, he doesn't do anything, right? It's just to get it in front of somebody, and people will drink out of this every morning.
Yeah, and they're always looking at your mug.
Yeah,
Literally.
right? Now, it's got my logo on one side, it's got my ridiculous face on the other.
I like the picture.
And
Yeah, yeah.
But then every mug has a different picture.
Yeah.
So. To get your top of mind, isn't that the whole deal?
Yep.
Because you can't talk to people all the time, you don't want to anyway.
Yeah.
Why would you talk to the same person every month about whatever they're telling you?
Yeah.
Right? But if you're looking at your bug every single morning.
I like it.
It's not about it, right? So, I don't know, and they stopped the staying power, and I think that people underestimate tangible marketing tricks.
Yeah.
When you send a flyer, a piece of flyer through, we're using Mr. Response now, because I think, the other one went under, there was another one we're using. And the paper stayed on the dining table. Yeah. So, anyway, so that's in my time. Who does the 10 calendars? 10 calendars,
The 10,
the 10 calendars.
I do magnetic ones, the fridge calendar.
Hold on.
I'm not sure. I'll check with Crystal because Crystal sent out a message a week or two ago saying that there was a, yeah. For how many? Oh, yeah. But how much do the calendars cost? Yeah.
Say, I know I just got my magnetic calendars, like $66 for 100.
That's great.
Yeah, that's about right, but if you go in the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I just ran into the Enriched office, they have the magnetic ones for sure. I don't know if they've got the tinted ones, like.
I didn't have one, mine was a goal. But the 10 one, see, I like to grab people's addresses that they work.
Send it to the office.
Yeah, you send to the office, kind of thing like
They're
that.
more likely to have it there and then everybody sees it.
What are you talking about at work? You talking about real estate maybe? Okay, and you already know the husband and wife and kids, they're seeing you saying stuff every day at the house. And that's what they're working about.
I like this line of thinking.
Mhm.
So for any of you online that didn't hear that, another message here was if you're sending out calendars, maybe get the work address for people in your database because they're more likely to see the calendar at work and talk about real estate at work.
That's the desk calendar really works,
Yeah.
really on your desk.
You know, that had never occurred to me. Yeah.
The work at. First and foremost, that'd be careful.
Yeah.
It might be intrusive.
Yeah.
Right, if mails work and they're like, okay, every 4 months or 3 months. The secretary or whomever is working the mail room, coming up your desk, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful with that, right?
Yeah.
What position are you in? Are you in a position that you should be getting mail at work or not, right? So, but usually it works. The mug on the desk, if they're all. Right?
Yeah.
And who are they interacting with? They're interacting with hundreds of people you've never met for sure every day at the office.
Yeah. You know, it's true. I was given a mug for Christmas a couple years ago and it was an office, the office mug. It was, you know, world's greatest boss like that Michael had. So it's in the cupboard here and it was a good talking point for a few months and then people started stealing it and every once in a while it would reappear.
At her desk.
Yeah.
And I've done, when she was working, probably 4 deals,
Yeah.
just from her
Because
magnet,
balance
or from her calendar being up at her desk.
Why'd you let her retire?
I know.
Yeah. Donna, you always got some ideas. Where are you today? Yeah. Congratulations on your sale this weekend, by the way, Donna. Yeah. All right, well, I guess if there's nothing in the chat, I guess that we're going to wrap it up. All right, thank you, everybody. I'll try and get a picture of Tobin's loot bag and send out the pictures of the contents. All right. Oh, I saw the puck. Yeah, that's a good idea. Bye, everyone.
Bye, thank you.